You fell off a cliff.
Fell off a cliff.
30-foot cliff.
Yes.
Face planted, right?
Face planted. They were telling my parents, we have just a couple of hours. He's either going to make it or he's not.
You can say whatever you want about me, but like if you start commenting on like how we parent, those really hurt my feelings.
Total value of everything stolen. I calculated it the other day.
Don't calculate.
$22,000.
Holy frick.
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Wait, they need to say it with us.
Wait, okay, let's do that. 3, 2, 1.
What's up, dudes?
Welcome to episode 5 of the Unplanned podcast.
Woo woo! We have some very, very special guests. It's such an honor. Sarah and Derek Beeston.
Wow.
Give it up.
Are we?
Yeah.
Wait,
Give
do
it
you guys
up.
formally go by Derek and Sarah?
Derek and Sarah.
It's not as much of like a Matt and Abby thing, you
Yeah.
know. We're just like a.
I think most people, it's a, are we going to go hang out with Derek? I'm first. Derek and Sarah.
See, I say Sarah and Derek.
You
That's
say Sarah and
funny.
Derek. So actually a fun challenge to do with you guys is to go, we're going to go hang out with Abby and Matt.
It sounds very weird.
That's
It's weird.
funny.
It's
It does
weird
not
rolling off the
flow.
tongue.
Well, you better work on it. Because this podcast is actually the Abby and Matt podcast.
Abby
Wait,
and
what?
Matt
Abby and Matt
I thought it was
show.
the Unplanned
I
podcast.
oh, yeah, that's right.
How did that actually come up, the Matt and Abby? Like, why not Abby and Matt?
Well,
Dude, we started on YouTube, and I was the one
No,
doing
no.
the YouTube. What?
it started long before social media.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Even like the little kids we'd babysit called us Mabby. Because it was
Oh,
Matt and
you're
Abby. They
right.
like blended them. Mabby.
You're right.
Yeah, it's just always been Matt and Abby.
I
It's
totally
always
forgot
been.
about that.
It's always been and always will be.
And always will be.
Always will be.
And anyway, so guys, we are so excited to have you today.
We're
We're
excited to
here.
be
This is our
here.
first podcast.
I'm sure everyone already knows who you guys are, but if you want to go ahead and give us a little introduction. Who you
You want me
guys,
to go?
how'd you meet?
Are you guys high school sweethearts?
Oh no.
Oh,
That,
you're-
that would be the other
More
Beestons.
we actually went to neighboring high schools. I don't know how we never met in high
Okay,
school.
actually, even farther back from this, Derek's cousin wanted me to date his other cousin. So
I thought you were
is
about to tell me
weird?
that you guys are distantly related.
Oh, that would be no, not that. But
People already think we're brother and sister, so
You
I think
do.
we could pull it off.
You guys
a
really
lot
do
alike.
look a lot
I
alike.
know. Our honeymoon was funny. We get there and our Uber driver is like, "Oh, so where's your guys' parents? Like, you guys out here on a family vacation?"
one, because we look too young, and two, because we look like siblings. So they thought we just like went somewhere without our parents. And we were
I
like,
know. I was trying to
bad.
figure out who your kids
That's-
look more like, and I was like, honestly, you guys look so much
Them.
alike. They look like both of you.
They look like them.
Oh my gosh, that's funny though. With like so many people in Utah getting married young, I'm sure that's like common for people to be like, "Are you siblings?" or like,
Oh, yeah.
"Are
Oh, yeah.
you just in high school?" Because I was worried when we got married that people would think that we were like in high school still
Yeah.
or super young, and it was like an insecurity of mine. So that's funny. Because
is.
when you guys got married, how old were you?
I was 20.
I was 19.
Wait, what?
I was 19.
Wait, how old were you
guys?
in the
Wait, what?
teens.
For some reason,
You guys got us beat.
Wait,
Holy
I thought you
cow.
guys were the same.
Wait, I thought you
No,
were
20
married.
and 21. 19 is young.
19 is crazy.
That is
Sarah.
I was
crazy.
gonna turn 20. 2 months
Dang.
later. 2 months later, I was 20. I should have just said I was 20.
I was 20 and a half.
Okay,
so.
there you go. Pretty much the same.
But wait, we missed how you guys
Oh yeah.
Okay,
met.
you tell it.
Okay, so basically, we had got invited by some mutual friends to go hike this mountain in Utah, and it was an 8-hour hike, and I was not gonna go. I was trying to avoid this at all costs because I had just hiked it the week before, and I was like, "There's no way I'm doing that again." My legs were still sore.
Sarah's not a hiker.
Oh, I wasn't
I'm
down
not
to
a
go on the
hiker to
hike either.
begin with.
I didn't want to go either. No.
Anyway, so my friend liked a guy that was on the hike, and so she needed a wing woman. So I ended up being the wing woman.
Did they end up together?
No.
Dang.
No,
So I guess
that's
this
the
is
funny
good.
part though. That's the funny part is my friend invited me, her friend invited her, and her friend was kind of into me, and I was I don't
Well,
think I
no,
was
Whoa.
her
she
friend.
no, because my friend actually liked a different guy, and then ended up liking Derek later.
And
so it was
my
just weird.
friend that invited me liked Sarah.
I think we need like a tree.
Wait,
this
what?
Isn't
Is
gonna,
this like-
diagram.
Is this a love
diagram.
triangle?
This
Like,
is
what's
too
going
much.
on?
Wait,
here.
you guys were both wing people?
we were the wing people.
We were wing people.
And you ended up, that's kind of like a movie in itself.
Yeah.
No way.
So
But-
we didn't talk this entire hike.
No.
Not even.
Well, Derek took off running.
How many people? Of course you did.
No,
Derek.
I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
really? Like, this guy's insane. He's just going to take off and run this 8. I was dying, huffing and puffing the whole way up. And they made it there, how long? Like 2 hours
It was like
before
a 2
us?
hours. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Wait, you made it to the top 2 hours before then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They
so
ran
it
it.
normally takes you 4 hours to get up. We got off in like 2. It was dumb.
How many people were in this group?
There was like 12
Yeah.
people. It was like a big group. But 4 of them ran it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And one of the guys like puked.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was-
know why you guys
yeah,
did that.
I don't know. We were really trying to
Oh my
impress them, I think.
gosh.
Oh,
And it worked.
It did.
Except
hilarious.
for, yeah, we really didn't say one thing to each other except for I hit my knee on a rock and then we got to the top and I was like literally shivering. It was 0 degrees up there. Like, how
Yeah.
cold do you think it was?
No, it was freezing. Yeah.
It was so cold. And I was down there just shivering on a rock because I had given some guy my jacket because he didn't bring one. And so I gave him mine because I had like this little windbreaker, but then I was freezing. And I was like trying to climb up the rocks after I had hurt my knee. And this hand was just stretched out.
Manly.
This manly
My
hand.
hand.
I was ready. That was my moment.
I know.
And
Dude.
someone even, I don't think I've ever told you this. I
Oh,
don't
no.
can't remember who it was sitting next to me. They were like, dude, go help her up the rocks. So
Who was it?
I think it was Weston
Anyway.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter, but I was kind of like a do-it-myselfer kind of girl. So I was like, nah, I'm good, and walked right past.
That's it.
And that was it.
In
That was
8
all I meant.
hours,
That's
that's
amazing.
all that was
We
said.
walked down 4 hours and didn't say a word to each other.
Wow.
Really
Were you
romantic.
impressed though by his running and his helping you up the mountain?
Were
Like,
you impressed?
I don't know if I even
Well,
thought
was it something
about
where it's like you guys had a crush on each
yeah,
other?
yeah. Like, did you guys like
not
each
at
other
all,
at that
not
time?
at all.
Okay, so my first impression though, I did. I was like, this is a really cute girl, and she's driving this
Okay.
really big truck, and she.
No, not the truck.
No, not
Sad,
the
too
truck.
soon.
That's so
Too
sad.
Oh.
You
The
guys,
truck
they
got
got their
stolen.
truck stolen. What, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks
Wow,
ago.
that was too soon.
Oh,
That was too soon to
That
throw
was
that in
one
there.
of my first impressions of you. Was you in that car?
Oh, you guys, that breaks my heart.
It's
Gone.
pretty
That wasn't processed yet.
Wow.
Anyway.
Anyways, we'll get there. But yeah, so that was my first impression of you was good. I was like, you are a really cute girl, and I was like, I probably should talk to you, but I just naturally I couldn't talk to girls. I just wasn't good at it.
Yeah.
I got really shy, and so I was just like, oh, what can I do? Okay, run. So I just
Yeah,
ran.
that was.
What should I do?
like
Run.
a little kid in school. Like, I'm just gonna show her how
Well,
fast.
how old were you? You were kind of a kid.
Yeah, I was 19. Yeah.
Tell me you didn't have
Wait,
the
wait, whoa,
phone.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
wait.
whoa, 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 whoa! You guys got married at 19. You were married. Wait, you were
Okay.
19 when you met?
Okay, so yes, I was like a month away from turning 20 when we got married. So I was just 19
No,
when we met.
no, you were a month away from turning 21.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So you
Okay.
guys really moved pretty
Bro.
fast, though.
You're right. I got my
Wait.
story backwards.
Wait,
You did
okay.
move pretty fast.
Derek, slow down.
You
So
did too
you
fast.
meet Sarah when you're
just kidding.
19,
I met Sarah when I was 19.
and you got married when you were 20.
almost 21.
But wait,
That
but,
is
but what I'm
insane.
hearing is that your first initial meeting wasn't really sparks flying. So what
Not at
made
all.
it move
Wait.
so fast after this?
Yes.
It
There
did
were
get-
no sparks the first time we met. No, I'm sorry. Not like, I mean, just that first meeting. We
felt
didn't talk to each
sparks.
Wait,
we
why
didn't
was there a
talk.
second meeting? What happened?
The second meeting, because my friend was into Sarah. And a lot of people actually know
This
this.
is
We've
so
talked about this
scandalous.
This is
before.
hilarious.
You guys
so
are so scandalous.
He
You
was
stole
into-
your friend's girl.
I know. But to this day, he's one of our best friends.
He is.
It actually is
It's
okay.
not weird.
Wow.
No,
And
it's
it's
not
not
weird.
He was
weird?
the one that held our gender reveal secret.
Yeah, you guys met him. Or no,
Like,
you weren't there.
It came full circle.
Okay, wow.
Wait, I met this guy?
I feel like you guys have met him. Maybe you haven't.
He's a great guy. He's also, we just plug in, he's single.
He's single. His name is Weston Price.
Aw.
He's-
Let's find Weston woman.
Let's find Weston Woman. We've always made that our goal with our videos when he's in it. But what were we saying?
Why was there a
How it
second
wasn't
meeting?
sparks. Like,
But
how
it's because
did we meet?
it's because your friend was into Sarah.
Friend was into Sarah, and so it's like I think it was like 3 days after the hike actually, and he was like, "Dude, I'm gonna DM those girls that were on the hike, and we should go hang out with them." And I was really just in a weird phase in life, and honestly had no interest in hanging out with girls or just even like dating or anything like that.
That's why I was saying there weren't sparks. Like, neither of
Okay.
us were looking for that. I had a boyfriend that was on a church mission.
Wait,
Like, it's just
wait,
not
wait.
a current boyfriend.
Wait.
This is too much to
Wait,
unpack right
wait,
now.
guys, there's
Honestly,
like 10
there's
different
so
parts
many
to this
levels.
story.
There's
a
too much
lot
to
of
unpack.
parts.
It's
So when you started dating Derek, your boyfriend at
I
the
didn't
time,
have a boy.
You did
He
have
was-
a boyfriend when you started dating.
Because he
No,
was on his mission.
on a church mission.
They're on a break.
Yeah, we were
Bro.
on a full break. Like, we
Kind
had
of.
both established that I was going to date other people.
Oh.
So did he
It was
return
so I
thinking
they're
that you
like
guys-
she's cheating on him. I'm like no. Sorry.
And so
Sarah's faithful.
And so he comes home. Your boyfriend comes home, and he
No,
finds
not
out that you're married.
boyfriend.
He
Not boyfriend.
well.
Were you married when he returned?
This
though?
is too
Wait,
complicated
wait, wait,
to
wait.
share.
Were you married
No.
when he returned from the mission?
Were
No,
we married?
he came home and tried to talk me not out of marrying Derek, but like kind of like a one last shot type thing. He came home and then went back out. We
Yeah.
got married.
Yeah, it all worked out. It all worked out.
Wow.
Honestly,
I don't know
What
how
a
to- I don't
crazy
know how
love
to
story.
describe.
So,
this should be a movie.
okay, yes. So, the moving parts are Sarah has a boyfriend, kinda.
Do we call it a boyfriend
Okay,
when we
Sarah
literally
has
broke?
someone
He
that-
left. We
that
didn't.
potentially would get back together when he came home from this mission. And I wasn't into girls. I just didn't want to date
I wasn't. In,
Wait, I'm so.
let's unpack
Wait,
that.
so you're not into girls there?
I just wasn't into. I was
Dating.
yeah. I was
Dating
I was
girls.
actually, to be honest, I was in a pretty low point in my life.
Oh,
like,
I'm sorry.
so Sarah was kind of that person that brought me out of it, and that didn't happen initially though, because my friend was into her. He's like, "Let's go hang out," and I'm like, "Fine, I'll go. I'll tag along, whatever." And we went to a campfire that night, and that's where
we collected sticks
we
together.
collected sticks together. It was the most magical thing ever
That's
for the
beautiful.
fire.
Honestly, no, that's kind of where we hit it off, was collecting
Collecting-
sticks.
I love that.
You heard it right here on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Collecting sticks is
If
how
you
these two
want.
fell in love.
It will foster romance. Well, that's a crazy love story, you guys.
Yeah.
It was the
and then-
purse. It was the purse.
Okay, so yeah.
Do you want to tell it? You want me to tell it?
You
go.
tell it, you
You
tell
were
it.
telling it. You should go.
Okay, so we're hitting it off. We're collecting sticks. Sparks are flying. It's magical. And I sit away from Sarah at the fire. Did I even sit by you at all?
You sat by me.
I did. Initially, I was sitting
but
away
the
from
other
you.
guy also sat by me, so it was like a little sandwich.
Okay. Anyways, I can't remember all the little details, but we did. I think I realized then on that drive home, I was talking to Weston. He's like, "Dude, how cool is Sarah?" And I was like, "She's really cool. I kind of like her." And he's like, "Dude, I kind of like her too." And I don't know why we didn't like
Why
get
is that
more
so-
into it. We just left it at that. So we both liked you. And then, but the key
But my
factor.
friend kind of liked you, so that was just. I was like, "You go for him."
Yeah. Yeah, so it was,
So-
I said that too to Weston. I was like, you go for her. Like, you guys would be great together.
Yep.
But the key thing that happened is Sarah left her purse in my car. So had that
On
not happened,
complete accident. People might not
Wow.
believe me, but it was very much an accident.
okay, she claims it was an accident, but purse was left in the car, so I had to give the purse back. I don't think if the purse was left in the car, if it would have,
Yeah, I don't know if we would have
Moved forward.
reconnected that soon.
yeah, because it was the next day. Another moving part in all of this, I can't even. It's too complicated. My best friend at the time was her boyfriend's best friend as well, if that makes
I'm
sense.
lost
This
already.
is so tangled, you guys.
He went to a different high school. We grew up together and we were really tight. Then
Wait.
he goes to a different high school and becomes really tight with now her boyfriend.
Wait. Your best friend's boyfriend or girlfriend. Your best
My-
friend's. Say it again.
My best friend growing up, he transfers high schools.
Okay.
He then becomes really good friends with Sarah's boyfriend. But Sarah and I, nor Sarah and her boyfriend,
Ever.
I never met
knew.
any of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but this friend was hanging out with me at the time.
Okay.
And so he already knew Sarah. And he's like, dude,
Wow.
Sarah's chill. Let's go give her her purse back. Like, you need to hang out with her.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you guys are awesome together. And that's how it kind of started happening. But then
Wow.
when we got serious, this friend was like, oh, crap. You're dating my other best friend. Like,
Dang.
and now I'm kind of in the middle of this. I kind of put you two together. So it was awkward. But
Dude, can I say something?
yes.
So I relate to you so much in the fact that like Sarah helped bring you out of a tough spot in your
Yeah.
life. Because for me, like I've said this on the podcast before, but I had like really bad anxiety in high school, and like something about falling in love helped me get out of that. And I want to say you mentioned something similar at some point. I don't know if it was like to me personally or it was on YouTube. I don't know where it was, but like I can relate to that so much with how like falling in love like really
Oh,
brought me
yeah.
out, and Abby really helped me for
Yeah.
sure.
No, it's crazy. And I didn't realize it at the time. I was just like, no, I don't want to hang out with anyone. I don't want to. I was just sad. And I
Yeah.
like didn't want to do anything with my life. And it was weird how it all kind of just was like, I didn't necessarily like actively try to make this happen. It kind of just pieces fell in place. And then over time I was like, wow, this is actually supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, okay, I'm definitely, I want to date this girl. I really like her. She makes me happy. I had also severe anxiety, OCD, a little depression going on. And I was just like, the only person I wanted to see or hang out with was Sarah. And so that was the sign right there. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's, enough for me to want to.
That's so cool, dude.
Date her.
Talking to you, like, it's been really cool talking to you about those things, like just like anxiety and especially the anxiety, because like
Yeah.
I had never really opened up about that until like more recently about
Yeah.
like dealing with that, but like you were encouraging me like, dude, get therapy, and
Yeah.
like I still haven't done it, but like I know that's like such a cool thing to do and such a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
And no one's like too cool for therapy.
No one.
You know.
Honestly, I think anyone could benefit from it. It was literally life changing. Like I've been on probably 4 different anxiety medications since I was in high school. Because that's when we discovered I had it, was high school.
Mhm.
And the best treatment I've had to this day was like maybe 5 or 6 therapy sessions with this awesome therapist, and he just like made it make sense. And once it made sense, I was like, oh, this is so manageable. Like I can live a life
Yeah.
with this, and now I don't really feel it as much. So,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
and she was a huge help too.
And was part of that, what did the anxiety happen before? I know you fell off a cliff,
Fell off a cliff.
30-foot cliff.
Yes.
Face planted, right?
Face planted.
And you freaking survived it.
Yeah.
That's
which
insane, bro.
is also insane. Yeah. So that 14 years old, fell off a 30-foot
Holy
cliff.
crap.
Shattered this whole side of my
Holy
face.
crap.
I know. I asked you the other day. I was like, "What would your face look like?"
I
if You hadn't
know.
fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
Derek,
I
I mean
forgot
this in a very nice, like, not a weird way. You don't look like you've fallen off a cliff onto your face.
Thank you. No, that.
You're a
He's a
good-looking
very
man.
He's a very
You're a
good-looking
good-looking guy.
person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like they did a pretty good job
They
because you
did a
look a
good
lot
job.
like Tanner, your
Yeah.
brother. So
Initially.
I was just gonna say those doctors deserve awards because you look.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're hot.
Wow. All right. No, it's crazy. Like initially when it happened, I looked scary. But over time, like
I actually did see a picture, and I can say it did scare me.
it was scary.
But
yeah.
you had so many surgeries and stuff, so
Yeah.
the fact that your face looks completely like normal and
Bunch
good looking
of metal
is like
holding
amazing.
it together.
Bro.
just to
Metalhead.
fill those of you that may not know, Derek fell doing a hike in
Yep.
what
in
was
southern
it?
Utah.
Southern Utah.
Yeah,
on
this
his
was
face.
back in 2010. Yeah.
I still
30
cannot believe
feet.
that.
30 feet, life flighted to Vegas. And it's crazy. At the hospital, they had their team there that, I guess it's just their emergency team, but they were telling my parents, like, all right, we have just a couple of hours. He's either going to make it or he's not. Like, this was like their
Oh my gosh.
life or death team.
I can't imagine hearing that
Gosh.
as a parent.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I just got chills, dude.
I'm
like,
Yeah.
sweating thinking about that.
It was insane. So, yeah, and my parents saw the whole thing. That's the other part. We're on
Oh.
No.
We're on an extended family trip, and they're the only 2 people that saw me fall. And so my dad had to sprint up the whole mountain, and it was kind of their view was obstructed a little bit, so they couldn't see how far I fell. They just saw like the
Oh
first
my
half of me
gosh.
falling, and so they're like, that could have been a 100-foot cliff. But yeah, so he gets up there. I'm obviously like passed out, just blood everywhere, and then he had to take, or I think the EMTs, the medical team, they came up to the mountain and brought me down. And then I was life flighted and then put into an airplane because that wasn't going to make it fast enough. And get this, the airplane actually almost crashed that day because it was one of the windiest days they've
What
had
the
ever.
freak?
And it was just this tiny little airplane just like going
Oh
all
my
over the
gosh.
place.
And you don't remember any of this.
I just remember bits and pieces. I remember the mask on my face and just kind of like thinking like, I'm dying, but like I'm still alive.
Were you terrified, or did you not even have like room for
I
emotions?
think
at
there
that
was
point?
too much shock to
Yeah.
have the emotions, but it was like, yeah,
Do you remember being in pain?
no pain.
You're
'Cause
kidding.
just like in
Yeah,
shock.
too much shock.
Even recovery, there was
I remember
no pain.
feeling a lot of pressure on my face,
Okay.
but not like intense pain. In fact, like at the at the bottom of the cliff,
No.
Oh gosh.
I was in shock, and like this lady came and helped me, and
She had big boobs.
she had big boobs. And that's what I talked about. So at the bottom of the cliff, I was
Oh,
like,
Derek.
you're beautiful. And I kept telling her that she was beautiful. And then they cut off my favorite pair of Nike basketball shorts. And I was so
You were
pissed
in your
off.
underwear.
I was so mad that they
In
cut
front
my
of this
favorite
lady.
shorts. And so, yeah. Obviously, I'm out of it. So, yeah, I wasn't in a ton of pain. I was more making
You
jokes.
said beautiful though. That's
I
respectful.
cannot imagine that woman like watching this podcast right now and hearing that you thought
That-
she
She
had big
remembers
boobs.
you to this day.
I think no, but did I ever...
Reconnect.
Did I mention her
Did
boobs
you-
to her? I can't remember if I did or not.
No, your dad said that you did.
I
you
did?
Said,
Oh, you
Oh,
said
you
that
told
to
her.
her.
Yes,
Maybe I
like,
told
to
her that she
her.
had nice boobs.
A nice rack.
A nice rack.
A
Wow.
nice rack.
Like, wow, thanks for helping me.
Well, maybe that's what saved your life, Derek. Maybe that gave you. She gave you a reason to live.
Like, I'm just dying.
I
and
mean,
I'm like,
that was a high point. That's definitely
gave me my
some-
last burst of energy I needed.
That is
Oh
shocking.
my lord.
Wow, what a
Well.
story. Well, on that note,
Anyways, I'm here.
you're here
I'm
now.
so
You're
glad
so
you're
glad
here.
you made
Bro,
it.
Thank you.
You have the craziest life. We have so much more to talk about.
I know.
I just can't. I just like realized right then. I'm like, wait, you fell off a cliff. We need to talk about that. on
I
the
know.
podcast.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, kind of a big piece of my life, I'd say.
It's a huge piece of your life. The fact that you're living is a
fact that
big
I'm living.
thing.
You're a
Yeah,
miracle.
I'm kind of like, people think I'm a cat with like 9 lives. Like, I've gotten a lot of really
Yeah.
big injuries in my life, but
You better be careful.
Let's
from
not
here
test
on out.
that for me,
it
please.
stresses her out.
Of
It
course
stresses
it
her out.
stresses me.
Yes. So you guys got married
Yes,
pretty quickly.
very quick. Which,
Then-
yes. How long-
Sarah did say too quickly earlier.
Do you think it was too quickly?
No, I think not for us. I think for our families, it was a little too
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
Like, they were all kind of freaking out because I was 19, he was 20,
Yeah.
and it's just crazy because we hadn't been dating that long. So then bringing it up to our families, my family loved Derek and his family loved me, but it was just the thought of us getting married so young really freaked him
feel
out.
like this is
So-
a big commitment.
What was
Yeah.
that timeline? So
Yeah, I
how
was
long
just
did you date? How long was engagement? And then how long after starting going
Yeah.
steady did you guys get married?
So we met back in 2015. It was August, right?
August, yeah.
It was right after my birthday. And then we dated until January. We got engaged.
So is that a year or how
No,
long?
no, no.
No, that's
No.
August to January.
I'm
That's
sorry.
to January.
August to
5
January.
Yeah.
months.
Frick, dude.
Yeah.
4 months.
Yeah,
5 months.
yeah,
It
4
was
or 5
5
months.
months.
So you
Five
guys
months.
dated for 5 months.
Yeah.
How long was engagement?
6 months.
6
right?
months.
Because we got married
Holy
in June.
freak.
So we
So
made it
in
under
one
a year.
Yeah.
In 1 year. Does that even start from when you guys met? Or like how long did
No,
it
we
take you guys
met
to
in
start?
August, end
We
of
met
August.
in August.
So that hike where you didn't even know each other
That was
and you
August.
didn't even talk.
Less
that was
than
August.
a year later,
Yep.
we were married.
We were married.
Holy
Wow.
freak.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of makes you
You
understand
guys-
why our family was like, "What are you doing?"
So I had some friends that in the time that Abby and I were engaged, they met, started dating, got engaged, and married all in the
We
time
were
that we were
engaged
engaged.
for 13
And I
months.
was pissed, dude, because we were engaged, 13 months. Okay,
Yeah.
like that's not fun to be
and you're
engaged for
watching
13
people
months.
like get
And we
married
dated for
before
2 years
you-
And we
before
waited
that.
and we waited till marriage. So if
That's
you're
what I
waiting
was
till
just gonna
marriage
say,
and you're
same
engaged
here.
for freaking over a year, it's awful.
Okay, I
bro.
can't imagine that because 6 months felt like eternity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Try
exactly.
3 years.
No, that's
my
that's
gosh.
So you
Crazy.
guys from meeting to getting married, it was less than a
11
year.
months,
Think
yep.
about triple that, over triple that.
So I have to
Cannot.
ask, did you have were you like still kind of like in the honeymoon phase when you got married then? Like still like
Yeah.
infatuated with each other? Because we weren't infatuated
We were not
anymore.
infatuated once we got married.
Like we were already having fights. And like, I don't know. We saw each other's flaws more. And so then I feel like when we got married, we didn't really go through like a rough transition because we'd already like kind of learned how to do the conflict resolution thing.
Yeah. No, I honestly think we got into more fights after we got married. Like for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we got in a fight before we got married.
I
That's
think we had,
scary.
yeah, it,
Like
it is
maybe
scary,
one,
honestly.
which is crazy.
Wait, you're
because-
joking.
No, I
One
think maybe
fight?
we had like
Matt,
one.
you know
argument.
their personalities. They're just sweet people.
But the thing is we also thought we're like, I don't think we're ever gonna fight in marriage
Everyone
either.
thinks that.
Oh,
like,
and,
we-
it's a lie.
Because
It's
I
a
saw
lie.
other relationships where they fought constantly.
But then when we got married, it was kind of shocking because we were like, oh, real life. That's what
hit.
was kind of crazy. I feel like we never really jumped into like the real life stuff before we got
Do you
married.
remember your like first big fight?
Derek
Yes.
probably remembers it better than me. I don't even
Is it
remember.
still sensitive? How many? You've been
Um,
married now for like 5 years.
I'll just
6
go
years?
into it. Okay,
6
this
years.
is
Almost
this
7.
is
Oh.
okay. Yeah, I
Wait.
think I can remember our first fight. I mean,
How come I'm scared? I literally don't remember.
I don't think we ever mentioned this.
What?
Yeah. Well, it was we obviously waited
it
till
out.
marriage. We waited till marriage. And so sex was freaking confusing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It was
get that,
confusing
yeah.
and I didn't know how to
Mm.
it wasn't flowing like it should flow
Mm.
and I was kind of the problem.
Oh, like everyone being
Oh.
happy? I'm sorry.
Like Sarah was
Does that
not
even mean?
I didn't perform well, I guess we could say.
It's okay.
Hey, it's all good, man. Hey,
Now I
we
think-
all have off days, bro.
See, now I think
And you
this is
kinda
why
remember-
I don't remember, because I think I blocked
You
it
blocked
from my
it out, and
memory.
Oh
we were
my
just
God.
confused, and I was like, I'm sorry, Sarah, like I don't know what's wrong with
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But it was just like confusing, and I freaking loved her, and I was like, why isn't this like as magical as I
Yeah.
thought it would be?
Yeah.
And I think that was our very first fight.
I think it was on our it was
It's
on
on
our
our
honeymoon.
honeymoon.
I do remember
on the
now.
honeymoon.
It was on the honeymoon.
honeymoon.
You're
And
joking.
It's a common thing to fight about in a
Dude, is it?
relationship.
Okay,
Yes.
that makes us
Honestly,
feel
I
better.
think we might
I
have
think-
even. I think we might have had like a little bit of like some sort of gears grinding on the honeymoon,
honeymoon?
about figuring out intimacy. Yeah, I think
Yeah, it was
so.
freaking
Probably because you were
confusing.
like trying to do it like 4 or 5 times a
Probably,
day.
yeah, probably.
Okay, see, that was kind of the opposite problem, which
No
is
way.
hilarious. Is I was like, why are we always leaving the hotel room to go do snorkeling?
Same.
Like, I want to stay in the room.
No, I was like, wait, no, seriously, I wanted to be in the hotel
to
room.
be fair, going back to the whole anxiety thing, I was pretty heavily
Yeah.
medicated
Yes.
at the time,
No,
which
yeah.
I would take back because I really didn't.
There were a lot of factors
at
in
that
here.
time.
It definitely wasn't just like Derek's fault. Like it wasn't.
And so my sex drive wasn't where it should have been probably.
Okay.
And so I'm like, hey, let's go.
but then
let's go
I was
play in the
kind of
water.
confused.
See, I wasn't medicated for anxiety, so like
He
I
was
was
unmedicated and going crazy.
I was going crazy,
Oh,
bro.
man. See, yeah, I don't know.
I was 21 and
and you're let
yeah,
loose, Matt Unleashed.
letting loose, bro.
so
yeah,
scary.
that was our first
Terrifying.
fight. Of like, I wanted to
Yeah.
have more, and he was like,
And that progressively.
let's go on a drive and see the island. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Progressively got a lot better though.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest part about Sarah and I's marriage actually, is that kind of started off like honeymoon stage, like honeymoon stage like crazy, right? And then we get married and it kind of gets a little rocky and it got to like rock bottom. And then from there it's progressively gotten better, I would say. And so year after year I'm like, okay, we're still figuring each other out. And that's something we didn't know before marriage. I was like, yeah, I have a pretty good idea who
Well,
this
how
is.
could you? We dated for 10 months.
Yeah, if you
Still.
hadn't had a fight.
But even like what? How long have we been married? 6 years?
Almost 7.
Almost 7
Yeah.
years.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm still figuring her out. We're still learning, and it's kind of cool.
I feel like
how
that
do
will
you-
never stop though, because you change too. Like over the years, like it's just normal
Yeah.
to change.
I'm so
you-
curious. How do you guys approach conflict in your relationship?
Because you guys both seem so like
Nice.
not like I feel like you guys are both like not fighters. Like I can't imagine you guys yelling or raising your
That's
voice.
well,
We fight.
we fight, and that's the thing though, is that we're very nice, but we're also we kind of shut down when we get in conflict. We're not like yelling at each other or like constantly getting in fights, but when we do, it's kind of like shut down, go quiet, go
Be
to separate
sad.
rooms,
Yeah.
be sad.
That's sad.
It is kind
Aw.
of sad, but then I feel like we're also really good at apologizing.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good because you probably don't really say as many things that are going to hurt each other's feelings.
We sometimes
Sometimes do, and it's gotten
Yeah.
it's gotten worse.
Do you guys have that
gotten
thing?
worse.
Okay,
No,
Matt and
the
I have
fight,
this
the
thing.
fights do get crazier as you go along because like there's
No,
just
they
more.
said they've
there's
gotten
more
better.
crap. Oh, I thought you guys said
okay,
it's gotten
no,
fight
worse.
no,
wise,
we-
I would say relationship wise, it's gotten better, but fights,
Oh.
yeah, sometimes they do.
I think what has
That's
happened,
right.
at least for us, is like we've learned each other's like most sensitive spot.
Totally.
And if we're like really mad, it's like I can go straight to that
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
then one of us like goes there and it's like okay.
Well, then
and
I'll go there now.
And then we go
Yeah.
there too, and so it's like it can get dirty sometimes.
It's
It
really
gets
bad.
dirty, and we're work partners.
Yeah,
Dude, that's the
Let's
crazy thing.
talk about
That we
that.
own businesses together.
So it's
I-
like, yeah, where do you draw the line?
I think that's
Yeah.
what people don't realize is like with the social media stuff, there's so much behind the scenes that you don't see. With like traditional media companies, there's a producer, there's an editor, there's a filmer, there's
Yeah.
like there's a bazillion roles for the production side. But like with us, we have to fulfill all those roles on the back end that people don't see. And so like you really are owning a business with your spouse if you create content as a couple.
exactly.
And it can be stressful.
It's like, when
And-
does work
Really
stop?
stressful.
and like look, like I love doing what we do for our job. I think for me, I love making videos. I think it's a lot of fun. I wanted to own a business with Abby ever since we got married, but man, like it can be tough working
Yeah.
with your
It's
spouse
unnatural. Like it's unnatural for your marriage to be a business also.
because you
Yeah.
can't talk about you can't
I would say
talk
so,
crap
yeah.
about your work buddies
You
because
can,
guess
but
what?
it just isn't
It's
good.
not
Doesn't
It's your
end well.
spouse. It's your
Yeah.
spouse.
Yeah.
Well, and it's hard to like draw the line between like, are you my business partner? Are you my husband. Like, we've
Yeah.
had that talk so many times of like,
Yeah.
how do we make sure that
Yeah.
we like
Yeah.
keep this marriage a marriage instead of just
Every
like
day.
we're living together, working together, and raising kids together.
I would
you
say
know?
the biggest fight that we get into is like us going. It feels like we're not even like husband and wife. It feels like we're just business
Yes.
partners.
Yes.
Oh, we can.
And that's kind of like
You have to
all we
like you have
talk
to
about,
take
all
it
we're worrying
back
about.
because at the end of the day, like social media is not worth your marriage.
It's
like,
not.
Yeah.
So we've had to like really have those like hard conversations of like, okay, if this is ever getting to be too much, then we need to reel it in and like focus on our relationship.
Yeah.
100%.
Like creating boundaries is so hard with this because it's so easy to just do a little something here, a little something
Yeah.
there, or like even like your brain is like still occupied like thinking of
It
things
is.
about it, and Matt, his brain never shuts off.
It's
So
all,
yeah.
I've realized that I'm always working in my head because I'm always thinking about new video ideas and like new concepts for a vlog or a new, idea for a platform like a podcast,
Exactly.
Which is funny because part of the reason we did the podcast is we wanted to have more separation between our life and our work. And so now we can just talk and we don't have to have a camera with us throughout the day. We can
And
just
that-
film a podcast, which is nice.
That to me is the hardest part about our job, and it's
Yes.
the thing I've been trying to figure out since we started like 3 years ago. Is okay, we're out as a family, we're doing fun stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like, should I be filming this? Like, do I pull the camera out right now, or is that going to ruin the moment? Moment goes by, and I'm like, oh shoot, should I have recorded that? Now we don't have that on film,
Yes.
and I'm trying to figure out like when to do that and when not to, and that's constantly my daily battle. It's like, oh, we've got little Jack, he just did something cute. I'm like, should I have filmed that? And then I'm like not in the moment, and that's my biggest struggle with this
Yeah.
job is like not being able to be in the moment. And I was talking to you about it.
Yes.
It's like that's the goal for this year is try to figure out how to be more present.
Yeah.
That
It's so true, dude. I think it comes down to work-life balance.
Yeah.
And I think for us in the beginning, like when we were growing rapidly, it was like all about survival. I was like, hey, if this doesn't work, like I'll have to go back to school because
Yeah.
I dropped out to focus on social
Yeah.
media. And I really like doing this, so I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can at this because I want it to work out.
Yeah.
And now I've realized, okay, it did work out. I needed to take a step back. And so that's been a challenge.
like changing your mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is. It's hard to adjust.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
going so hard for so long and being like, okay, like we need to still focus on us. We got to be able to figure this out. And I think for us, we do a pretty good job of like ending it at the end of the day where it's like, let's sit down, let's watch a show together. But it feels like it sometimes is work all day. I don't know.
Yeah.
You kind of mentioned it like having Jack on camera and stuff, and like you have like 2 adorable children now.
So
you
crazy.
just had a baby,
Yes.
and you look this good.
Oh.
and
Abby,
you guys
stop
are
it.
just like killing it.
Oh,
but
you're
you
so
have
nice.
so you have a 2-month-old Sonny, and Jack is like almost 2.5.
Yeah.
A little over 2. A big conversation online
Yeah.
is children and social media.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm sure you guys get comments about this sometimes. I guess like where is like as a parent, where is your like where do you lie on that topic of like what's appropriate, what's not?
Yeah.
What are you comfortable with, and is that changing?
Yeah. This has been, I feel like recently been a huge thing that's been brought up like amongst creators, and you're seeing it everywhere. It's like people are not showing their children, which respect like either way, like however you want to parent, I think is awesome. And how much you want to show, I don't think it's up to the parent, you know?
Yeah.
For us, a big thing for me is like the second that our kids like don't want to be filmed or like say that they're like don't want to be in a video or something, that's like the end of it for me. Like I will not
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
But it's such a hard topic because we've talked about this, we are trying to like figure out a way of how we can kind of not show them as much. But also I don't know, people like do get so much joy from like seeing
Yeah.
our kids and seeing like our
It's-
life. We have so many DMs and messages and just like people like, I love your family so much. You have been such a positive impact in my life. So it's like a fine line of like, we still want to be those happy, positive light for people.
Totally.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's
It
making
is, and
sense.
it's
but
also it's so much of our life at the same time. It's like
Of course.
we're with our kids constantly,
Yes.
and so it's hard to not have them in it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like, but I do
but
agree.
not even that. It's like I actually love having our YouTube videos because they feel like family home videos. to me.
Yeah.
Like that I will be able to go back
Yeah.
and like watch like our lives together and our kids, and like I
It
don't
is
know
cool.
how you'd. I don't know. What do
What's
you guys
tough-
think about
I mean,
that?
there's definitely a right and a wrong way to do it. And I think
Yeah.
people that think that having kids on social media is just a big no completely, I think they're wrong. Because it's not like, okay, so take the film industry. You can't just say, oh, no more child actors, because there's been parents that have abused that and taken money from their kids and exploited their kids. Okay, now it's over.
No more. Like, you
And
have to
it's
be
like,
18
no,
to be in a
there's,
movie.
There's
Yeah.
just there needs to be regulations. There
Yeah.
needs to be laws made to protect these kids. We
Yeah.
need to see that in the social media world. That doesn't exist right now, as far as I'm aware. But like, we need to see
It's
that.
in the works now.
It's in the works.
And it needs to. It should be. But like, the thing is, there's a right and a wrong way to do it. And you're totally right. Like, it's cool to have those memories. It's cool to share that with people. But then you're also right in that if your kid doesn't want to film,
Yeah.
turn off the freaking camera.
Yeah,
Because
Exactly.
like, there's
that's
been parents
when
that
we
have
end
abused
it.
this and
Yeah.
exploited their kids for views, and that's really
100%.
sad.
And I would never ever want that, like at all.
Yeah. No, I think we do a good job too, and we balance each other out. Like Sarah is very much always reminding me of that. Sometimes I kind of have blinders on, and I'm like, "Oh, this is a cute thing we should be doing. Like, why aren't we filming this?" And Sarah's like, "Derek, like, let's enjoy this moment. Like, we don't need to be filming this." And we balance each other out with that. We're able to kind of still produce more content because I'm constantly like, "Oh, that's a funny video," like whatever.
Yeah.
But I will say something that gets tricky is we work with brands, and these brands are like, hey, we want to send you guys some kids toys, and we want you to promote these kids toys, and we love them, and our kid loves them, but then this day that they want this deadline for the video to be submitted, our kid doesn't want to film that day that we're supposed to be
Yeah.
filming, and so that gets a little tricky, and we're like, okay, like, what do we do?
That's
you
something
know?
I haven't even considered.
Wow.
It's
Maybe
tricky.
that's some like a boundary you set like with the brands. Like, if you're wanting my kid in this content, you have to be
Exactly.
flexible with the
Yeah.
timeline.
And I think
because-
everyone's kind of learning that. It's like
Yeah.
these brands need to also realize that, like, okay, if we're trying to work with kids, like, that's hard.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we get this brand feedback. We're like, we need this now. And I'm
Yeah.
going like, our kid isn't
But also, like,
wanting to do this.
I think a cool thing about this is like, I feel like anytime Jack is in a job or it's kind of revolving around him, like we want to set aside like a chunk and like have him have that for college or
That
like.
is true.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
Just
really
help him
cool.
out. Like, yeah, he's a
working
working
man.
man. He's a working little
Gotta
man.
pull your
no?
weight, buddy.
Do you guys pay Jack out of your business like a salary?
We don't, but we've had these conversations with friends and
Kind of more just like a savings
just
account.
like
Okay,
a,
nice.
just having if he's like in it. I don't.
Yeah, it's
It
tough to
sounds
figure
strange.
out.
It's very tough to
We
figure
set
out.
up a Roth IRA for Griffin.
It's actually
Amazing.
okay. Technically, his Roth IRA is not set up yet, but it's happening. It's
my
in the works with
goodness.
our tax guy. But yeah, like Griffin's like an employee. Like
Yeah.
Oh my
he's getting paid. Well, he's like if he's appearing in the videos, it's like that kid's gonna make some money. Like he deserves it.
Should
Yeah.
definitely have a good
Yeah.
fund going for him when he goes to, if he
Yeah.
wants to go to college or whatever
Totally.
he wants to do.
Yeah.
you
But
know?
like circling back to like the whole social media thing, like definitely our number one priority as parents is to protect our children.
Yeah.
100%.
And so that's that's always what we want to do. So then I definitely second guess myself when like I see a lot of people are like, I'm not like never showing my kids again
Yeah.
because then I'm like, I know there are creepers out there and I
Yeah.
know there are like
Lots.
scary things, but at the same time it's kind of just like, so are kids never ever going to be shown anywhere? Like
Yeah.
of course like our number one priority is protecting our kids.
And that's
For sure.
also hard to receive that kind of like backlash from people.
Of
you
like
know,
you're exploiting
Yeah.
your
exploiting
kids.
your
And
kids,
it's like
what are you doing?
okay,
It makes you
that
feel so bad.
Oh,
that
yeah.
comment to
I hate
me
those
like
comments.
hurts. It
Frustrating.
hurts more than any other comment.
yeah.
Honestly, when like I don't even care. You can say whatever you want about me, and it's
She has
obviously
thick
not
skin.
great. But like if you start commenting on like how we parent or like that
Oh.
we're exploiting our
Yeah.
kids, those really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you are, I would say, as like close personal friends of you guys are incredible parents and you care the most about your kids.
Thanks.
So
You
like
guys
when you
do.
just hear something that's so false,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh my gosh. Like you're
It
just
sure
allowed to
sucks.
sit there and say that about me and it's 100% not true.
And then
Yeah.
people start jumping in and they're like, yeah, like, what are you doing? And, and get all these people just
I'm literally
calling
like
you.
tearing up right now.
Aw,
My
Sarah.
gosh.
Because it's just, it's so not true and it's not fair.
Like, oh my goodness. Why? I'm sorry.
okay.
No, it's literally like such a thing for me that like we care more about our kids than anything.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
holy cow, sorry guys.
It's okay. No,
Next
you're good.
question.
No, but you can really tell you guys are great parents and
Thanks.
Yeah.
that has
Yeah,
to be
it's-
such a frustrating thing
It's
to
frustrating.
navigate.
It's like there's so many cool things about being able to do this and to create content as a family, but there's a big negative side as well, and it gets hard after a while just seeing those types of comments. But
I guess I'm just very passionate
Yeah.
about this subject because
she is.
at the end of the day, like, you guys too are great
Yeah.
parents, and
We
there's
said
just
this. We're like, Sarah's a damn good mom.
You are. You're a great mom,
No.
Sarah. You guys are both seriously incredible parents.
Thanks. And
Yeah,
same as you guys.
We
It's
stayed
awesome.
with. Thank you, man. We stayed
Yeah.
with Derek and Sarah for 10 days. So like here in Hawaii, and like just watching you guys do your thing. Derek was a single dad essentially for 5
He
days.
We
killed
should
it.
actually get into this.
While Sarah
A
was
lot
gone.
of poop has hit the fan
Yes,
for
you
you guys.
guys. But
recently.
no,
Yeah.
What is
no,
happening?
you got to hear
Yeah.
about this though. Derek was literally watching
He held
what
down the
Jack and
fort.
Sonny single-handedly. Like Abby and I were busy with Griffin and like doing work
One
stuff on
kid
our own. But
That's
yeah,
not a newborn.
we were going crazy with one kid, but Derek was handling 2 kids, and then you tore your meniscus
Tore the meniscus
while you were skateboarding, and
timing
then
of
you
that.
got your
E-bike
bike stolen.
stolen.
But that wasn't even the first time. They got their e-bike
No.
stolen
We lost
twice
power a
in the
couple
past
times.
month, right?
So 2 different e-bikes. Yeah. So
this was the new e-bike.
And-
This was
and our truck.
Hold up right
And
there
a
though. Yeah.
Canada
So
truck.
so in the past month, Derek and Sarah have gotten 2 e-bikes stolen, which are like $5,000, right?
Yep.
Then they got their truck stolen, the really cute truck that Sarah had ever
many
since
memories.
So many
were in high
memories.
school
They
and
said
met.
so many first, which kind of sketched me out a little
Oh,
bit. But
yeah, I guess we
Definitely.
shouldn't say it like that.
So many
There were a lot of
firsts.
firsts.
Wait,
wow.
did you guys really?
Yeah.
No.
No way.
Yeah, we did.
We've never in the
Our
car.
first?
You guys did it in the
No.
car?
Well, I guess we didn't fully.
No,
Oh,
we did not.
right after
we,
man.
didn't, we fully did not in the car.
It was close.
Dude,
No.
we
Okay,
have
that
never
doesn't
done it
count,
in the
though.
car.
Okay.
Okay.
We
moving
Have
right
you guys
along.
done it in
No.
the car?
That was a special
Never?
car. That was a special car. Next, your film camera.
Oh, the
Film
camera,
camera.
and that was new, so that was.
And we all know
sad.
those are pricey.
They're pricey.
Yes.
because they're
My
trendy again.
IDs,
Your IDs.
my credit cards.
Oh my! Did you close? Did you cancel those credit cards?
Credit card.
You didn't cancel one of them. Still
Oh my
out
God.
Okay, you
there.
might want to check that
You
out.
might want to check
I
that.
have been monitoring it because I just.
No, you just cancel it if you've been
know.
monitoring it.
I don't know. I'll cancel
So
it.
what's the total
If they find
value
out that their card's been run
of all the stuff
We just don't know.
you
I
guys
did-
have gotten robbed essentially at this point? I mean, out of everything that's been stolen from
Is
you,
somebody targeting us, or is this just we have the worst luck in the world? I don't know.
Total value of everything stolen? I calculated it the other day. It was
Don't calculate. That's not-
$22,000.
Okay, well,
frick.
Yeah.
it could be
Bro.
worse.
It could,
It
be,
could
worse.
be worse.
Is this why? Okay, recently you guys announced some big life things.
Yes.
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 Is this why you're leaving Hawaii?
I mean, this
They're
isn't,
moving off the island.
This
They're leaving.
isn't why, but I would be lying if I said this wasn't making it a little bit easier.
It's making it a lot easier. It's probably speeding up the process,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest. But yeah, we're leaving. House is being built in Utah, which is so.
You guys
funny.
actually played a part in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
They
were.
played
sure.
almost.
Can we
me.
just also say that we are friends? I feel like some
Yes.
people don't know this.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not like we just randomly
Yes.
contacted your
We
team.
have a history.
Our people talk to your people.
Let's
our
get them on a
people.
podcast together.
Nail down Sarah and Derek.
No, we
for
were
a-
looking at
gosh.
houses together in Utah because we were going to move to Utah too.
Yes.
And we were like,
We
We
let's
actually
live.
made a pact to move
Oh, I
together.
think Matt made a pact.
Abby, you were part of the pack.
I
You
remember
know that you're
some-
part of the pack.
Was it a pinky promise, or
And
there were
it was
hands
on an
somewhere
official
in the...
YouTube video.
Yes,
It was a blood
bro.
sign.
Abby was. Am I lying? Abby was all in.
She was.
She was moving to Utah. We were
She
moving
was.
to Utah, and
I
then
think I
she
got brainwashed in
she
Utah.
pulled away. I think we have video proof. We made a pact. We did
We
it on video.
We did. That's what I'm saying. There's
Yeah.
a video of it going,
There's a
we're
video.
all going to move to Utah. And we did not have Utah on our radar. If you asked me 2 years ago if I wanted to move to Utah, I would have
Oh,
said, hell no, I'm not moving to Utah. Like,
Wow.
I grew up there. I think it's great. But I was just like, I'm ready to leave. And I don't
But
want to go
think about
back.
this. We just randomly looked at houses, and
We
you guys like literally just bought one.
You guys bought one of the houses. It was the house we looked
It was
at.
the house we
It was,
looked
it was the
at.
first one we went to, and you're
I
like,
know.
"Yep, this is it."
It,
Boom.
You guys-
it felt right. It
You guys
really
got us
felt right.
really excited about the houses. And then from there, it was like one thing led to another. And Sarah's like, Derek, I love this house. Like, I felt something in there. I kind of think I want to move into this house. And I'm like, Sarah, we can't leave Hawaii. Like, what are you
How
talking
long
about?
have you lived in Hawaii, by the way?
5 years.
Frick.
Yeah, almost 6.
Almost 6 years.
But I feel like you guys low key have kind of split time with Utah, even within those
Yeah.
5 years.
We have. And that honestly is kind of the goal moving forward. It's like we still want to figure out how we can spend time here each year.
It's just
But-
like reversed of where our like home base is.
But it is funny. Then they decide to move to Arizona.
Ah, dude, It was all Abby, bro. She did not want to be in the cold.
I
I
don't know
love
why.
seasons, and I love snowboarding so much.
The
dude.
idea of like
I love
literally living
snowboarding.
there kind of scared me.
I will say it is kind of cool. Like wintertime when we're trying to escape it, we'll come visit you guys.
Exactly.
You guys want to come on a little ski trip? Come visit us.
That's right.
I think that's the way to do it, honestly.
is.
I want to find this
And then
video.
we both find an Airbnb together here
Exactly.
in Hawaii.
I want to
Exactly.
find that video of the pact that we made and post that on the Unplanned Podcast Instagram.
You
We got to
should.
find that video.
You
I don't
should.
think. I think I burned that.
I don't think it is. I think it's actually up on YouTube. Actually.
What the?
It's
Yeah.
just like tape having issues. Don't know why. Abby sabotaged.
I
That
just
is
destroyed the
funny.
evidence.
Man.
No, I don't. I love Utah. I think Utah's great. I just think that for some reason it just didn't feel right in my
Yeah.
gut.
Well, you
I love
guys
it.
have like a lot of good friends in Arizona. It's like
Yeah.
it's a very nice place.
You guys
Some
weren't going to be
people-
living there for a while.
It's
That's
You
true.
guys
true.
have. This has been in the works for some time. Can we say that?
Yes,
It has.
it's been over a year now.
Wow.
Right?
It feels funny too because we've been so uninvolved with this process.
Yes.
We're 3,000 miles away from where our house is being
Yeah,
built.
that's got to be hard.
And it's kind of this weird situation where we're like, we don't want to leave Hawaii, and so we haven't really been like pushing for this house to be built faster
Until now.
until now. Until we're like, we got to get the freak out of here. Like, why is this happening to us?
So speaking of Utah, there's been some controversy on TikTok and in the media about swingers in
Oh.
Utah.
Wait, they know nothing about.
And I just wanted to know, are you guys a part of that group?
Oh, you are not the first person to ask us
Of
this.
course we
but,
are.
Scary.
Derek.
Scary.
No, we are not.
No, we are not. We were not involved. I do have like some good friends that were maybe caught up in a little bit of that, but
Wait,
not,
this is actually
no,
real?
okay, not actually
real.
like the swinging part of it, but just
Wow.
like that are friends with people that were involved. I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, I can't really speak to say anything because I don't know,
That's crazy.
but we are not involved. in-
Sarah and
in
I
that.
are. It's funny.
have you ever
like,
been tempted to get involved?
No.
Just Abby throwing the heat. No.
Sarah, have you?
Have you?
No.
No.
Abby, have you been tempted?
I am honestly the most monogamous person in this world. Like, it's like when I say that I'm not attracted to other guys, like, I cannot even, my mind does not even start to go there.
Michael B. Jordan?
I would never, I'm like, he's an attractive guy.
Usher?
Why are you doing
All
this?
the celebrity crushes.
Wrong
I look
features.
nothing like the guys that Abby crushes after. I literally
And
look
I look
at,
like Kim K.
I think you're beautiful. And Kim K is she's a very natural woman. She's never had any work done.
Don't even get me started on your celebrity crushes.
I know we love our spouses very much, and we show enough of the lovey-dovey side on the internet.
Yes.
Let's just air out some of our icks about our partner
Oh
because
my gosh.
I could fill up some time
I could
with
fill
the
up some
icks I
time.
have about Matt Howard. I actually have one that just came to mind
Okay.
because recently we were talking about the toilet situation with
Yes.
our husbands.
Yes.
You can share that one if you'd like. One I have about Matt is that when he pees is the perfect time he decides to spit. Also at the same time.
How does
got-
that work?
you don't
Spit
do
where?
that?
Into the
He's
toilet?
in
Yeah,
the toilet
of
at the same
course.
time that he's actually physically
Does
peeing.
it-
And it's not that he just spits, he just lets it dribble out of his
But
mouth.
does it hit?
It goes in the toilet
Oh.
at the same time that the pee is going in the toilet.
Why are you spitting? That's my
I
question.
just,
Another
need,
question
I
I
just
have.
needed to. I don't know.
You just have to spit
I
when
just
you pee.
have to.
Just like I
And-
need
Matter
to
of fact, I
empty
need to
all
spit
of
right
these
now, but I
fluids out of my
can't.
body.
It's so nasty. The way it just dribbles out.
Abby,
Abby.
Abby.
Okay, Matt, now you can fire one off at me.
I really don't have icks about you.
See, I'm perfect. Moving
You
right
are
along.
perfect.
No,
Move
but I
on.
don't think you're perfect. I think that you just have
Dude,
a lot
maybe-
of you're just annoyed easily. I think
Maybe
that's
girls,
what it is.
I feel
Annoyed
like you remember
easily.
things more because I know there are certain times where I'm like, oh, that's totally an ick, but then I forget. I forget
Like
everything.
what bugs me is like when you bring up a bazillion things that you don't like about me, and then it's like that kind of hurt my feelings.
That's an ick? Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Wow.
I just wish you would like I don't know, keep it to yourself.
Oh, there we go. There's.
Wait, are you
She
serious?
speaks her mind.
Well,
Is
yeah,
that-
like I don't know. Sometimes like you'll glare at me if I'm chewing, and then I'm like,
Yeah, I
I'm
hate
sorry.
the
Like
way you chew.
I'm trying my best to not chew loud, but even if I keep my lips closed, it still bothers you because you can hear my like jaw moving or
So
something.
your ick is that I have icks about you?
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Other than that,
That's an interesting ick. Honestly.
That honestly doesn't even feel like an ick. That just feels
do you guys
like...
have any icks?
Sarah, what are your icks?
Oh. Well, I don't know if I should share this one.
What?
When you cut hairs and they get all over the toilet.
That does the same thing.
And then you leave them there for like 2 days.
Oh, you
or
don't clean
3
it up,
days.
bro?
Matt, you don't clean it up.
Yes, I
either.
clean it up.
You don't even flush the toilet.
I clean it up. I clean
open
it
the
all
toilet
up.
and there's floating pubes
Oh my
everywhere.
God.
But not. No, it's on our floor. Is what I'm talking about.
Bro, you had to take
Like,
the toilet paper and damp that stuff
did,
and get
I
it all
did.
wiped
No,
up.
no, it's all
I
over
got
our
a lot
floor
of it off.
currently. Like if I go home, it's
Oh my
currently
gosh.
there.
There's got to
still.
be careful because she has the evidence still.
I do have the
Dang it,
evidence.
I gotta clean the evidence.
I guess another one is that you let your toenails get to like an unhealthy length and they scratch me at night,
Okay.
and that
Oh.
it really gets me. It really icks me out.
It doesn't help that my mom always cut my toenails growing up.
Oh my god!
When you were a teenager?
No, he asks me to cut his, and I'm like, no, you are a grown man. You can cut.
But Derek, you
your
should just go
own.
get pedicures. Remember
I
when we
know.
all got pedicures
Yes.
It was
together?
amazing.
We did
Amazing.
that.
I'm better at it now. I got that new kit with nail
No,
clippers
the
in
only
it. and I
reason
like-
he's better at it now is because it started coming up amongst our friends because they were noticing it. That's how.
I take care of everything else. I forget to cut my nails. Okay, yes.
It's okay. One of my former roommates told Matt that he had Gollum feet.
I do, and I'm proud of them. I have cute little pinky toes, and they're
Little.
sideways.
You got a finger.
They're sideways, and they like curve in, so it like hugs the ring finger toe.
Oh.
Dude, wow.
I don't
Little
know.
hobbit feet.
I'm
Okay.
sure there's more. You go. Fire it.
Fire
it.
off one ick you have.
Okay, this is not even an ick, and I don't know why it's coming to my mind right now, but it always comes to my mind. She is so clean that it almost is an ick.
Wait,
And this
Do we
what?
have the sweetest husbands
Wait,
in the
what?
world?
No, I'm like, there has to be things. I know there are things.
Okay, it's almost to the point where it's like every single thing in the house has to be clean before we can move on and do anything else.
I have gotten.
Abby's
I have
like that
gotten-
too.
But I have gotten a little better at that.
If you
I
work
feel
from
like
home,
our house has been kind of chaos lately. Like
And
I feel like it's
I-
not. You guys saw it. I mean, it's not clean
And I
majority
guess
of the time.
I try sometimes to like clean and
Yeah.
to make it nice, but then Sarah's like, you just aren't a very good cleaner and you can't put stuff in the right places. But she's just so extreme with her cleaning that it's almost like it's too
it's like you can't manage it.
yeah. It's nice. It's nice that the house is always clean.
Well,
but we
Sarah,
can't-
that's
feel
a
like we
great
can't-
ick to have.
One last question
mean,
for
you
you
have-
guys, because we are on the Unplanned podcast.
Oh, I'm scared.
Would you guys say you're planners?
I would say we try to be, but we're not.
But we're not.
I try to be a planner. I really want to be a good planner, at least for me. And it just never works. And it always goes a different direction. And somehow I'm like, oh, I got this sick new journal. I'm going to plan everything out. I never use it. And everything is just pretty much
Chaos.
unplanned. I feel like you want to plan things, you want to have a structure, but then the next day, your kid is having the worst day on the planet. And it's
Yeah.
like you got nothing done. And then all of a sudden you're going in a different direction. And you're like,
you just can't plan for things. You know?
There's things you
It's-
can't plan for.
yes,
So
exactly.
might as well not even try.
Yeah.
honestly.
What about you guys?
We're not planners.
We're
Are you
not.
kidding
That's
me?
that's why this is called the Unplanned
That's
podcast.
why we
That's
got
why your
organized enough to
pregnancy
do
was
this.
unplanned.
Bro, yeah, the
That's-
pregnancy
We
was
got
unplanned.
pregnant and it wasn't planned.
That's
Bro,
it.
unplanned
That's it.
Dude,
pregnancy.
having a kid has made it so much worse.
Dude,
Like, it is so much harder to get things done. And, like, it's forcing me to have to plan more, I think. Like, how are you guys approaching that now that you have two?
I think it's just like at the end of the day, you have to like learn to be okay with things not going how you expect them to go. Because with
That's
kids,
true.
especially with two, like you're just someone's always with
It's
a
a balancing
baby.
act.
Yeah, it's
Always.
very much like that. And
But yeah, when
I
we-
think at the beginning when you're adjusting, it's really stressful because you have this idea in your head of like, well, I needed to get this done today, and then you don't. But like honestly, as parents, you just have to be okay with things not going.
Yeah.
But like as long as your kid is happy, good. You know.
Like, as long as you have some type of idea of what you're trying to do,
Yeah.
then it's okay.
An idea. Let's
An
say
idea.
an idea is
I
good.
love that.
The idea of planning,
But-
awesome.
Oh, my goodness.
Hopefully we'll
awesome.
get better.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on our podcast. I feel like we could talk forever. But
I feel like
Yeah.
we honestly could talk for 2 more hours. This just felt like we were just having a really fun convo.
Yeah.
I
It was
know.
really,
We get
really
along
fun.
super well with you guys. I feel like
Yeah.
our personalities all mesh.
Yeah.
We're all chaos, so
We're all chaos.
Oh, totally.
Thanks for having us. This
Yeah,
was
this
so
was cool.
fun.
sick.
If you guys haven't already subscribed to the podcast, it would mean a whole lot. Also, go follow Derek and Sarah on their socials. They're on TikTok
Thank you.
at Sarah Beeston, and they're also on YouTube as the Beeston fam, right?
Yep.
Isn't that your
Beeston
YouTube?
fam, yep.
And while you're at it, if you could leave a review for our podcast on Apple Podcasts, it would mean the world to us. We're actually shouting you guys out. If you put your Instagram handle, we're going to shout some of those out at the end of the videos. So make sure you go leave us a review. It really means a lot.
Can I leave a review and get a shout out?
Of course.
Okay,
Of
sick.
course.
5
Please
stars.
leave a
5
review.
stars.
I'll be
5
looking
stars.
for your
5
review.
stars.
Okay.
Oh my
Awesome.
goodness.
Until next time, guys.
3, 2, 1. Peace
Peace
out.
out.
Dudes.